question 9 tells us that we have 6 pencils that cost £1.68, and we have 3 pencils and 1 rubber that cost £1.09. So this here is the information we're given, and we need to work out the cost of 1 rubber. We need to know how much 1 rubber costs. £1.68 shared by 2 divided by 2, and we can write that using the bus shelter. So first thing that's going on in my head is £1.68 shared by 2 or divided by 2. I can use the bus shelter method. So it's raining. £1.68 is getting wet, so I build a bus shelter and I put £1.68 inside. £1.68 pence. And I have to put the 2 outside. So how many 2s are there in this 1? 0. And we carry the 1 over to the 6, and the 6 becomes 16. Now we have to put this decimal point here. We have to be careful not to lose that. So how many 2s are there in 16? So there's 8 2s. How many 2s are there in 8? That's 4. And because we have no remainder, we stop there. So it's 0.84. That's like 84 pence. So now I know that these 3 pencils cost 84 pence. So I can write it as 0.84 there. But altogether, these 3 pencils and this 1 rubber cost £1.09. So what I simply do is subtract 0.84 from £1.09. So let me line these up in columns. 1.09, and I have to be careful with this. So I line up the decimal point. 0 goes to the left and 8, 4 here. Now I'm going to subtract these 2. So 9 take away 4 is 5. 0 take away 8. I can't do, so I have to go to the neighbour and borrow 1. So he becomes 0. And the one that comes over turns this 0 into a 10. So now it's 10 take away 8, which is 2. I bring the decimal point down, and 0 take away 0 is 0. And my answer is 0.25. 0.25. And because it's in pounds, it's the same as 25 pence. In question 10, we have to shade in 3/4 of every one of these diagrams. So what that means is out of every 4 pieces, we need to shade in 3. So out of every 4 pieces, we need to shade in 3. So let's start with the first diagram. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. This is straightforward. We need to just shade in 3 of those. So 1, 2, and 3. So I've shaded in 3/4 of this diagram. Now moving on to diagram 2. So I'm going to look at 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me just highlight this. So from these 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, I want to shade in 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to move on to the next 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's this 4 here. Let me just put a border around these to help me. So out of these 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, I want to shade in the top number, the numerator, which is 3. 1, 2, and 3. And finally, if I look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that I've not looked at. So let me just draw a border around these so I can focus on that. So I need to shade in 3 of these. So 1, 2, and 3. So I've now shaded in 3/4 of this diagram. So let me look at it another way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 pieces in total, and I've shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is equivalent or equal to 3/4. Now onto the third diagram. Same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of these 4 pieces, I'm going to shade 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces are left, so I shade in another 3. 1, 2, and 3. So again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So that's the denominator. And I've shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/8 is equivalent or equal to 3/4.